Even as the economy reopens, the pandemic has devastated the Bay Area's transit systems, as you know. So today, transportation officials unveiled a plan to help get public transit off life support. KPIX5's John Ramos has that story.
Officials like to extol the virtues of public transit, but the fact is they're worried. If they can't get ridership to rebound after this pandemic, they're afraid the whole system could collapse under its own weight. When the pandemic began, traffic on the toll bridges dropped by half, but public transit ridership dropped by 90%, and it isn't rebounding like the car traffic is. Do you take public transit because you want to or only because you have to?
Only if I have to, and I do have to, because I don't have a car. Yeah, I wouldn't, it's good for the environment, but I wouldn't choose it.
That's a big problem for transit agencies, many of which are only surviving the pandemic due to huge subsidies from the federal government. So the Metropolitan Transportation Commission formed a recovery task force, and today they offered a 27-point action plan to help revive transit in the Bay Area.
On a set of specific near-term actions that will build momentum towards the transformational outcome.
They'll do that by transforming transit into one seamless system. Currently, there are 27 different agencies in the Bay Area, all with their own schedules and policies. The plan is to coordinate those as much as possible, offering similar signage and route mapping and real-time scheduling to cut down on confusion for new and existing riders. They also want to standardize payment systems, such as Clipper cards and new mobile payment platforms.
But I think the next step is focusing on what does this mean to the rider in terms of their experience.
They will focus on making transit faster and more reliable, increasing transit priority with bus-only lanes on streets and highways. And they want to increase accessibility for disabled and lower-income riders. It's an ambitious plan with an ambitious timeline, all within the next 3 years. But transportation officials understand that unless they can get people back on the trains and buses, the transit systems themselves could be another casualty of the pandemic. In the East Bay, John Ramos, KPIX5.
Late this afternoon, the task force voted unanimously to approve the Transit Recovery Action Plan and sent it to the full MTC board for consideration.